Well, speaking of things that are hot, let's get to the kitchen. Southern roots, locally refined. That's the slogan of the new South Tampa eatery, The Local on Henderson. And here today with a sample of what you'll find on the menu is Chef Alex Leinhauser and owner Alan Fosco. How are you guys? Welcome.
Great. Thanks for having us.
Thanks
for having us.
And this is the first time you've been in studio.
Yes,
so
it
I
is.
literally mean welcome. Explain this new restaurant, which by the way has only been open for a few weeks now.
It's a great spin on Southern cooking. We do use local purveyors. It's kind of where the local ties into it.
Hence the name.
Yep. Just opened up. It's on Henderson Road. It's a little bit south of Kennedy in South Tampa. We've been having some great response from our customers that have been coming in. So.
Well, talking about this Southern twist, I think that's the perfect time to tell you what they're making because this is pretty Southern, if I do say so myself. We're talking about a chicken pot pie, right, Chef?
So we are making a cornbread skillet chicken pot pie.
See, you have to sell that better than I did. I'm glad you stepped in there, Chef.
It's very simple. You can make it at home. Just a little bit of love and
a really big
ingredients.
pan.
A very big pan. This thing's so heavy, actually. It's a workout every time lugging it around.
What are you doing? I mean, you started right away.
I did. So I start with butter because every great thing starts with butter. Fresh herbs, extremely underappreciated. I got some rosemary, fresh thyme, sage, garlic, as you can smell, which the guys at home can smell.
Oh, yeah.
And then I've got my chicken going. I use half breast, half thigh. Thigh has the nice juicy flavor that doesn't dry out quite as quick as the breast, right? Now that my chicken's about halfway there, I'm gonna go ahead and do some chopped onions, do some celery.
He's rolling through this. He's already a good TV chef, I'm not gonna lie.
He's on it. He's on it.
Carrots. Now I got peas over here. We're gonna save those to the end because they're gonna turn brown and we don't want them looking all brown.
Okay.
All right.
And while you're stirring that up a little bit, I know you've got like things that are in the process of. What are the next steps, or how long does this need to cook?
So we're gonna go ahead and once the chicken's cooked, you want your veggies to just soften up. You don't want them to turn to mush.
Okay.
So if you're making a small batch for the house, I gotta make a 5-gallon batch at the restaurant.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna be making 5 gallons at home.
It takes me about 30 minutes to get it up to where it needs to be. At home, batch like this, probably take you about 5. And then we're gonna add in some wine, some chicken stock, and then I'll add a roux, flour and butter.
I mean, everything seems relatively simple. I mean, you're staying to the basics with this, right?
I am. Southern food is simple.
Southern food is simple, but it is good. What was it about Southern food that you knew that the restaurant that you wanted to go ahead, take care and open would have the Southern flavor?
You know, it's that comfort food type of thing, and honestly, it's when you think comfort food, you think Southern food. You know what I mean? You go through the mashed potatoes, you go through the cauliflower, you go through all that stuff, and that's kind of what my idea has always been about Southern type of food, comfort food. So that's where we pulled from, and there's not really that many places that do it well, you know. So. We're trying to make that in. Pulling in the local products was important. You know, pulling in local purveyors. You know, primarily all of our stuff is sourced in Florida. You know, when it can be, and it's just it's a cool local theme. You know.
Well, I know as the pot pie is continuously getting stirred here, another dish you say is quite popular that you will not be sharing with us because you don't want to share your secrets, shrimp and grits.
Shrimp and grits. We have a great dish. This is one of our top sellers. Shrimp and grits is also one of our highest sellers, too. It's fantastic.
And Chef already said, no way, the secret's going out, right?
Sorry, can't do it.
Sorry. Well, what's the next step for you over here?
So we've got our chicken stock in there. We are going to let it come to a boil. Okay. And I'm going to add a roux. So when you're adding roux for this, it's personal preference. Do you want it really thick or do you want it a little thinner? That's 100% up to you. You add as much as you need. Just do a little at a time so that you don't make it too thick, because once you do that, you have to add water or something and change the flavors.
And then it's all changing downhill. So what do you like? What do you prefer?
I like a nice middle of the road. It's a pot pie. You want to go ahead and scoop your spoon and then it's just dripping down, but you don't want it to be soup. So,
I like that description.
Chowdery.
Good description. And you know, we're sitting here talking all about the food, and while he's working on this still, also we need to point out this is a bar as well. And I know the cocktail side of things, you've definitely not looked past either.
Yeah, no, we have some great cocktails, and it's a good blend between craft and actually they're craft cocktails that are quick. But but we use all fresh ingredients as well. The general manager over there, Justin, he did a great job with the menu. We've had a great success with the drinks. They're really, really good.
It seems like we've had an overhaul recently where a lot of restaurants are seeing the need to be able to go local, again, your name, and also be able to recognize the ingredients, whether we're talking about food or drink. Do you think that's just the way the foodie scene is going, and why is that? Why is it so important to customers? Again, you wanted to build your restaurant based on this.
Yeah, I think people are just, they're experimenting at home, I think, with more of these ingredients, and now they're becoming more familiar with it. As they become more familiar, the restaurants just have to change and bend towards that, you know, to get them to come in, you know, repetitively.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we're doing. You know, I think that you can go too far where a craft cocktail takes 10 minutes to make, and you know what I mean. That kind of gets. I
like that you said quick.
Yeah, and they're quick. Our bar staff is very precise with the ingredients, but they're quick about getting the drinks out.
Always key. Well, okay, let's go ahead and possibly take a look at our finished product. We're almost out of time, Chef.
All right.
I know you've got one in the oven just to be able to tease everybody at home even more, right?
So I'm getting my roux in here.
Okay.
So once we're finished, I'm going to go ahead and boom. This is going to be our thick product.
And then the goods all go in here, right?
So the cornbread, you can either make it from scratch or you can buy a store-bought brand. The only thing I suggest is that you get a mix that has self-rising cornmeal.
And there we go. He's putting the finishing touches. Let's go ahead and share your address and how people can find you.
3701 Henderson. We're, again, about a mile south of Kennedy. And we have our website is thelocaltampa.com. Come in and see us. Come in and see us soon.
And dive in to the chicken pot pie, which I will be doing here at the break. But also coming up